This is Wheelocked, a WoW hardcore series where I can't level until I spin the wheel. What's on the wheel? Well, that's determined by you, the viewer. In the first video, I made it until level 8 and then tragically perished by getting gored by a boar.
Your mother was a dumb whore with a fat ass.
Challenges are decided two ways. A, by what is the most popular viewer suggestion. This is measured by likes in the comment section below, and by B, the ones I like or I think might be entertaining to watch. Since I died in the last video, we're starting fresh with some of the viewer suggestions as well. Mango Twist TV said that I should do some level bracketed wheels. So essentially I would do challenges from level 1 to 20, but when I reached level 20, we would start another wheel with challenges more tailored to those levels. And honestly, I love this idea. I think it will help us design the challenges around those levels. Levels 1 through 20 are pretty short, so some level 40 challenges may not be as good or entertaining to watch as a level 5. I also took inspiration from another YouTuber, Venerio, hopefully I'm saying that right. He uploaded his video 3 days before I uploaded mine. Now, I didn't steal his idea, but I did like some of the things he did differently than me. By the way, these videos actually take a while for me to make, so you can only take my word for it, and the Google comment. Anyways, he didn't seem to mind, but in his WoW video, he had the wheel decide his race and class, and I like that for this series. It makes the wheel feel more powerful. So, without further ado, let's do these first spins. Ah, a dwarf. I'm actually fine with this. I've never leveled a dwarf in the starting zone, so it should be fun. Though the camera being so low may take some getting used to. Overall, I am a dwarf. Oh, not a fucking again, dude. This is gonna suck. Warrior. Well, I didn't really want to level another warrior. I've just leveled so many. I leveled one in OG Classic, one in Anniversary, and a bunch have died in Hardcore. It's got its strengths and weaknesses to me. Let's start with the bad. Warrior is the hardest class to level, and it's not even close. And this is, well, a leveling series. The strength is that I know warriors better than I know any other class in the game. A lot of this stuff should just be muscle memory to me, which will help us out when, or if, we get into really deep shit. While I was making my dwarf, I decided to make him bald. Not even as a meme. I'm just not a fan of the masculine ponytail. Sorry if you have one, but it's just not my style. So bald it is. While I was randomizing names, I found a dwarf name that ended in Angus, and so Wheelocked has been born. And the journey begins. Can't spend money this level. Okay, well, whatever. Alright, level 1 is quick and smooth. It should be easy not to spend money at this level. This isn't even a challenge as I start with no money because I'm level 1. Level 1 is like 5 minutes long. Mine was actually 2 minutes long, so I just killed a few wolves for this quest to get gloves, and boom. Level 2 has been achieved. No auto attack. Oh shit, as a warrior? No auto attack wasn't too bad. It just seemed to get, how do I put it, mildly annoying. Usually when you play WoW, you use an ability to attack and deal more damage. The problem is when you do that, it starts auto attack. So my gameplay consists of me attacking and then just sitting there absorbing the blows of their attacks before waiting a decently long enough time to ensure that when I click that attack button, it instantly hits. I didn't even really get close to dying, but my goodness, was this one just a little bit too much of an inconvenience. Anyways, all I ended up doing for this level was beat down some of these wolves and trogs, and that was about it. Also, on another note, does anyone get cold for their video game characters? It could be the fact that I live in Michigan and it's freezing here in December, but I feel like my dwarf needs to put on a jacket or something. Like, dude, you're gonna get frostbite. This shit sucks. Tell a joke. Must get a laugh. Okay. Our first social challenge. Make someone laugh. Note, for this challenge to be completed, they have to respond with one of the following included in their message after I tell the joke. A lol/haha or a laugh emote. Anyways, I'd run into a female dwarf named Hideout. Now for this next part, I'll give you 3 options on what I do. Do I, A, Google something, B, take some time to craft a well-written joke, C, improvise this shit. Are you ready to guess? Are you really locked down on your answer? Okay, I chose option C and asked if they were Canadian. Why did I ask? I don't fucking know. I did not have a punchline ready to go here. Hideout responds, nope, lol. That was not a joke, merely a proposition, but just know that if I was really lazy, I could have easily justified calling it right there. Anyways, the clock is ticking. The average attention span is only 7 seconds, so I have to come up with something stat. But before I could start my joke, her husband or something must have saw me moving in on his girl and decided to intervene by standing there. I whipped up, why did the gnome cross the road? To which Hideout classically responded, why? And I said, no more roads.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Haha, lol. That's both. But let's be real, this joke fucking sucks. It doesn't even make sense. I asked why he crossed the road and then proceeded to state that there in fact was no more roads anymore. Not a single part of that was consistent. Her hubby responded with, okay, so what else did I do this level? I killed some boars, I killed some trolls, and that was about it. Time to spin the wheel again. Screen inverted? This was somebody's choice. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna play it through OBS. Can I do that? How do I even invert my screen? This one was actually a viewer suggestion. Thanks, Yalta Conference 1. There's a slight mishap here. Is there a way to flip the screen in game? Probably not, because why would that ever need to be added? Who would that help except for me? And so I played on OBS on my other monitor and turned my main monitor off. Since these are videos and not streams, I suppose there's no way to prove that I played this upside down. Well, I guess you could just look at the footage and take a peek at how I move my mouse around and control the camera. This challenging was the most annoying so far. It took me almost 20 minutes to level from level 4 to 5. Newsflash, this does not usually take that long. It was kind of fun at some points. I had to keep reminding myself that my screen was upside down because I kept thinking that I was going to fall out of the world. Everything took just a bit more long as I had to be a little slow and methodical to properly move my mouse around. I want to note that sometimes moving the camera around could be an effective strategy to, well, know what's going on. But then sometimes that would backfire and I would have to take a moment to recollect myself. Is this quest done? So what did I end up doing this level? I hunted some more boars and killed some more trolls. I also grabbed a few boxes and, oh, is that a timed quest? At level 4. My neck hurts. Thanks, Yalta Conference 1. Also, turning in like 4 quests wasn't enough to level me, and I was only like 2 bars from leveling, so I had to kill more animals to get to level 5. Thanks, Yalta Conference 1. It was a long process, but we made it to level 5. Let's hope this neck pain goes away. Dude, why is it lagging? There's not that many here. Get 10 people to dance with you. Okay. So I think we might have to bail out on this area for a little bit. Well, this means one thing. We have to head somewhere where there are actually way more people. So we're going to have to take a little bit of a walk to Stormwind. It's actually not that bad as there's a train to get there from the dwarven city of Ironforge. The plan, throw a dance party. We don't need 10 people to dance with us at once, just 10 people in general. But I'll throw in a bonus point for each person that get to dance with us at once. What do the points do? I don't know. That's up to you. Dealer's choice, I guess. I tell everyone in the general and trade chat that I'm throwing a dance party at 8:10. Then our next best option to inform people of what we're doing is to yell throughout the city. I head to the middle and start dancing. Immediately, Tenksen, is that how you say that? A human starts dancing. One down, many to go. Soon after that, Ultra Crystal, another human player, starts dancing, and soon we get a dwarf woman to dance. I keep yelling, trying to get more people to join, and boom, a fellow dwarf male joins in as well. Another human joins soon after, putting us at a crisp 5 all at once. We have officially started a dance party. I let people know that I need their help with my dancing party. Another human comes in and dances for 1 second, and I'm counting it, putting us at a sharp 6. A dwarf and a gnome stop by, and I tell them not to be shy, and they immediately ran away. I won't forget that. Now, at this point, it's just been the 4 of us for the last few minutes, when my hero, Fizzless, decides to get in on a little of the action. Walking Dad follows soon after, and so does Craigskier. I have no idea if I pronounced that right, but at this point, I would say we have created a pretty successful dance party. Nick Syria joins in, and that puts us at a crisp 10. Challenge complete. But I want to see how far I can take this, and so I continue. Now this is the dance floor. We dance for another 20 minutes or so, and things start to die down, and so I tell the remaining attendees, thank you for your involvement in the Wheelocked annual dance party. And I part ways. Now, what were we doing? Oh yeah, leveling. I can go level now. I head back down to Goldshire, and that's right, we are going to the Fargo Deep Mine. Again. I get all the quests I need and level up just outside of the mine. Okay. That shouldn't be bad. Alright, Ultra Hardcore does not let us see, well, anything. So we can't see our health. We can't see our abilities. We can't even see how much XP we need to level. One thing that's quite unnerving is that the lower our health gets, the darker the screen gets. This is absolutely terrifying as I can see that I'm in trouble, but can't quite see how close I am to killing the enemy or see how close I am to dying. Which makes it hard to know if I should just bail from a bad situation. But we killed Goldtooth, we get our candles, we get our gold dust, and I ended up having a pretty close call. The funny thing is, it was actually outside of the mine, but we make it to level 7. Boom. Hey, before we get on to the next level, if you're liking this video, be sure to give it a like. If you want to watch the rest of the series, it's here on my YouTube channel. And if you want to watch the future episodes, subscribing is a great way to keep up. So please do subscribe and please do like. It really helps support the channel. Appreciate you guys all. Okay, fine. We'll do this one. Last time, this one ended up being not so bad. I was able to get some help from other people pretty quickly. Honestly, it was mostly a non-issue, so I head to the Princess Farm. That area is usually a quite popular place to do some quests and just generally kill things. I group up with a fella named Priest. I don't know, he had the Princess quest. I forgot to grab it. We ended up killing Princess, but I didn't get a quest completion. And he was not interested in grouping up after that either. I grouped up with another person and they did Princess with me. And they also were not interested in leveling together. It took me another 30 minutes to find a person to level with. And I had to go back to Stormwind, which meant that I had a little bit of walking to do. Whatever, it's not that big of a deal. So I party up with a guy named Dr. Lightforce. And guess what quest he wants to do? He wants to go kill Princess. I let him take the lead, and he goes to the wrong farm to kill the princess. It is quite literally happening again. I'm going to die, aren't I? So we headed to the right farm to find Princess, which was a moderate walk away. We fought Princess, and it actually ended well. Thank God. We really got our vengeance at the little porker, didn't we? I think we ended up killing her like 3 times. We ended up doing quests after where you grab logs and fight bears and wolves, and yeah, nothing really eventful happened. Just normal questing as usual. We actually ended up partnering with a gnome mage as well. So yeah, we had a little hunting party going. This one is admittedly kind of stupid. I don't know why I added this to the wheel. Maybe I thought it would be entertaining. It fucking beats me. I start off by asking Tim Meatball a very controversial question. And that is if he likes meatballs. He responds with, meatballs. I ask Garaman if he's German. I ask Warpuff if he likes cheese puffs. I mean, that makes sense, right? I don't know how else he would have got that name. And he responds with love 'em. I ask Geraltus if he likes The Witcher because his name is eerily similar to a secret hidden character's name in that series. Very rare, hard to find character. He responds that yes, it was the inspiration for his name. I ask Cassiar and Sacred Mage, who I grouped up with earlier by the way, if they would rather be short or bald, to which Cassiar says short, and Sacred Mage, who I was with earlier, just ghosts me. Probably because they're a gnome, which is short. I beats me. I ask Larry Polis, whom looks worse for wear, how the disease is treating him, to which he responds, good. His name also sounds like a disease. He also then responds a few minutes later with, how's yours? Which, while it took him a minute to get there, that was a good one, Larry. I'll just call you Larry. I ask this very obvious botter why they are bald, to which he said, why does the universe exist? Later on, I hit Momoy with a drive-by question. Do you like this quest? To which they did not like responding. I asked Dodge Ultra Hardcore why their name was Dodge, to which they responded that their last character died because they didn't dodge. I asked Pang Knight if they like penguins, and they never did respond, but that was 10 questions. So time to get work. I did some quests, and boom, level 9.
Get any good suggestions?
Yes, I got plenty.
Really?
Yeah. Well, this one should be a fun one. This may take a bit longer than anticipated. I'll try to make these duels as fair as possible, but to be fair, I don't know much about PvP and WoW, so this will for sure be interesting. I start heading to Goldshire and duel the first person I see, Ultra Warm, who I will note is a level higher than me. Anyway, here's my strat. Build up Rage, then Heroic Strike. After Heroic Strike, I can then immediately attack again if I use the ability Rend. Rend is an instantaneous ability, meaning I don't have to wait to use it. So that makes it most effective when done after a normal hit, as I essentially get 2 melee hits for the price of 1. Okay, anyways, I end up winning a duel with a hefty amount of health left. But after that, I then make my way to Goldshire. I don't want to duel outside of a town, as I could duel then lose, get down to 1 health point, and then get smacked by a mob and die immediately. I've seen that happen so many times, by the way. I also don't want that happening to the people I'm dueling with. When I'm in town, I run into Bustamante in Goldshire, and the duel begins. A warrior versus warrior matchup, though I do have a 1 level advantage. I do end up winning this duel as well, but Monty does pretty well himself. He gets me down pretty low. I trade him some potions for the trouble and pursue my next duel. Obesius, a level 12 warrior. I just realized that his name was Obesius. He's got a level 3 advantage on me, so this will for sure be interesting. We fight and he starts to get a pretty good lead on me. I fight back and get it to where it's a little more even. I end up winning by the whisker of my chinny chin chin. I think the only reason I won was because of Ren's bleed effect. I then fight Ultra Warm again, and he decides to aura farm with the stun. He stuns again and makes a run for it, but unfortunately for him, this dwarf is nimble on his feet, and I take the W. Now at this point, I have won 4 duels in a row. I'm starting to feel a little good at this. I duel Wizjiz and Omage and absolutely get my shit rocked. It didn't help that he was dueling on the outskirts of town, and I was not going to follow him out there and get down to 1 HP. I would rather just lose. I kind of just sat there for a minute like, nope. Anyways, we take the second duel into town where it's a bit more safe, and he is looking like the victor here. I mean, he has this in the bag, but he makes a classic mistake. He turns me into a sheep, which is unfortunate for him because, and I didn't know this, but it heals me extremely quickly. I break the gap and charge at him, and things start to get quite close and personal, and I barely take the dub here. Had he had 1 more second, I would have been toast, but damn, that was exciting. I'm starting to like dueling, boys. Morp KS, I'm just going to say that because I don't know how to pronounce that, has a 5 level advantage on me, and let's be real, I never stood a chance here. I then duel Lerotasia, a level 10 warrior. We fought, and I had the lead pretty consistently throughout this fight and was about to execute Lerotasia when they pulled a cheeky health potion and drank. That's fine, I could be cheeky too. Caesar watches and witnesses this, and bada bing, bada boom, that's another W. Phoebe is a level 8 warlock, and honestly, I'm curious to see how low-level warlocks do in PvP. The answer is, not very good. Phoebe wants to run it back, and it does not go well for them. Up next is Barnsey, a level 11 rogue dwarf, and we were up close and personal and zigzagging all over the place. It was a pretty close fight, but he dodged one of my attacks, and I missed the next when it was this close, and he took the dub. Alberus, the mage, wants some, and he falls for the same classic mistake. Never sheep your opponent when you have the lead. I duel Seipe, a level 6 warrior. Let's not pretend that this is fair. I have a big level advantage on him. The difference between level 6 and 8 is massive. I gave him a health potion for his trouble, just to kind of say sorry, I guess. I dueled a priest, and damn, are priests good in PvP because they rocked my shit. Another priest wants to duel, and let's see how I fare. Dueling classes that have the ability to heal is crazy because I can get them super low, but if I take the pressure off for too long, they can completely recover. I take the dub on this priest, and we're on to our next, a level 10 warrior. They ended up hamstringing me, which seems like a wasteful move, but honestly, it was pretty effective at slowing me down and throwing me off. It got really close, but I ended up losing. My final duel was a level 10 rogue, who through stunning me actually had a pretty good built-in lead on me. But one well-placed two-handed heroic strike later, and I was the victor, and that was more than 10 duels, but I stopped counting after like 5. And I wanted to be sure that I did win at least 10, so you get some freebies on the house. The rest of level 10 was me fighting Hogger and doing the armband quest for the weaker gnolls nearby. I grouped up with Ultra AoE, and we did both quests together, and the scroll dropped for the collector quest right before we split ways. Where did it drop? He didn't wait long enough for me to find it, but I still ended up finding the corpse and looting it. Maybe we'll do that quest next, who knows. And for our trouble, we got some green pants, which I always get and are always nice to get, and that's level 10. This one is completely doable. We just have to take things a little slow and not get ourselves involved in any sort of trouble where we can really be put at risk. I deleted my bandages and potions, which may have been stupid. I could have just thrown them in the bank. I was right there. I was in Stormwind. The opportunity was right there. I decided to take a little bit of a detour and head back to the snowy world. I want to take a moment to appreciate the Deep Run tram. Man, I just love this thing so much. I think it's cool as hell. Okay, anyways, so here was the plan. I was just going to do some low-level quests for a bit and just coast. But I ended up grouping up with two fellas named Bilbro Baggins and Kid War. Probably stands for Kid Warrior. We went to go fight the Yeti. I saw they were both warriors, and I was like, cool. They can't heal me, and they'll also help split the aggro with me, so I'm not the only one taking damage if we group up, which is good for not dying. We fight Vagash, the Yeti, which goes swellingly, except for Kid War. He got down to a pretty low health here. Nice green chest piece, by the way, and we all split ways. I'm planning on going down to the Trog Caves, but I don't want to go by myself. What if I get into danger? So I asked the boys if they're down for one last ride, and we make our way to Trog City. So these next two quests are easy. They involve us killing Rockjaw Skull Thumpers, which spawn outside and inside the cave, and Bone Snappers, which spawn outside of the cave. We only have to kill a few, and we may have gotten a little too confident, and ended up fighting a lot of these fools. I had to stop attacking them for a moment so that they would attack my teammates instead, who hopefully have healing potions, and can heal unlike me. It was a close battle, but we made it out safely and completed our quests, and with the completion of those quests, we have hit level 12. I think that's a pretty good spot to end things for the first video, but I do wonder what will be the next challenge. Well, this will be interesting. Anyways, that was the video. Thank you guys all for watching. Hey, consider joining the Camtopian Discord server, just because this is a community challenge, so the challenges are decided by you guys, and that's a pretty good way to share ideas. Also, I'm planning on having, like, the other people in this series being voiced by you guys. I think that would just be, like, super duper cool to just have, like, a completely community-driven series. That just sounds, like, super cool, and that sounds like a good way a bunch of people could participate if they wanted to. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. Links in the channel description. If you liked the video, please be sure to like the video. Appreciate you. And, yeah, peace out. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.